Namaste. Welcome, Jai Shankar. Welcome to Satsang. Namaste. Thank you. So, going to come straight to the point. For those who are new, you will pick it up. If you have any questions, I'll periodically stop after some explanations and you can ask me the questions. So what is enlightenment? How many of you sitting here want enlightenment? What is enlightenment? Very good. Total freedom. Total freedom. Total freedom from what? Your mind, your ego, suffering, If you're in the state of Vairagya, which is dispassion, there's no suffering. But when you're in the state of wanting and desiring, there's always bound to be suffering. So why the great masters have talked about enlightenment is this coming to your true nature of your own immensity. Your own immensity. At this point, when I see all of you sitting here, you're that immensity to me because there's no other. See, once you come to the state of total renunciation within, you're still going on in the Jagat. You're doing the dance in the world. You're doing all of that. But recognizing that it's just a freaking illusion. So when you recognize it's just an illusion, then you're going to go after the real one, the real thing. You're not going after the things of the world, which is just so illusory. You're going after the real, only one real thing, which is what? The super self, the supreme reality, which is within you, not outside. Yes, the temples, the churches, the mosques inspire you to come to that seeing that is within you, that immensity within you. It inspires you to come to that seeing. And then what do you do with it? You've got to take and run with it, no? Or take all the inspiration, take all the bhakti, take all the sharanagati. So to come to that state, what we're talking about here, because, I don't want watered down. First of all, the satsangs are watered down here because twice a month, and still everybody does not show up twice a month. But you want enlightenment. So some sort of commitment needs to be there. Commitment not to this one, but to yourself. Because if you want progress in the path, you got to commit to yourself. Radical truth. Radical truth, no? If you want to commit to yourself, you have to be radically truthful. When Ma is not sitting in front of you, when you are like in your own little chamber saying, I'm going to have this chocolate ice cream. Nobody's watching, And you think the thoughts are for yourself, it's universal consciousness, picked up like that. Once you're here and I've seen you and, you're introduced yourself to me, thoughts just come like that. Don't ask me how and when and what. I don't know that I know, but I know that I know. So how to come to that state? The first prerequisite is humility, humility, humility. Why humility? Because in the state of humility, you're very grateful to every crumb that God gives you, to every little thing given to you in your life with benevolence. Nobody's trained. Just be comfortable, no? I just want you to be yourself. Because first of all, absorbing this is a little difficult. Because you think like your mind will say, oh, what she's talking is so simple. I know it all, right? But I'm talking about the absorption. How is it absorbed and how are you making that a part of your life? Otherwise, sleep and go, keep on going. The life will do 60, 70, 80 years. One day you're Hari Om Tat Sat. Your life exists, right? Then what happens? One more lifetime, 30 more lifetimes, everything finished. So what I'm trying to inspire you, like all the great masters, I'm just a little one sitting here at their feet, at both their feet. And all of the great masters who come and gone and who are still here. And doing this simple thing, because there's nothing that is spoken here is from a book. It is only from mere experience that is happening within this being. So I was contemplating last week or whenever, I don't know the time frame. And I was thinking, my life is flowing so smoothly. Not that we don't have challenges, we do, but still life is flowing. There's no reaction. There's no getting hooked on to whatever is happening. It's just very smooth. So I contemplated on it. And the answer I got, which I want to present to you today, is living in the state of consciousness. Living in the state of being conscious every moment. Are you that way? Every moment, every aspect of your life, are you conscious of what you're doing? Because see, we talk about karmas, right? I can go on about karma, sanchita karma, prarabdha karma and all that. But how do we create the karmas in the first place? So when we are not conducting ourselves consciously, in the past lifetimes when we are ignorant, we are simply have conducted ourselves, oh yeah, I'll just do this and not with the conscious, frame of mind. Because if you're conscious, you simply elevate yourself to super consciousness. So super consciousness is not a big buzzword that some of the people use on TV and they show some slides and they say you're super consciousness. Here there's only this radical truth. Take it or leave it, it's fine with me. I'm not chaining you to your chairs. But time is clicking, clock is ticking. So you might, but my point to you is, you might as well come to this state and enjoy life. Why do you want to be a slave to your ego mind? Why do you want to be a slave to the ego mind? And what that means is like, the ego will take you for a nice hijacking and you just allow it to be done and you have no idea you're hijacked. You have no idea you're sabotaged. Okay, so far so good. Any questions on this? Humility and then letting go. Can you guys let go of your little wants and your little desires? In the privacy of your room, you have in your home, you have little desires. I'll give you the radical truth, okay? Everything is coming out, it has to come out today. Every morning when you get up, can you tell yourself, if all of this goes around me, my palace, my apartment, my little car, however your life is, okay? I don't care. If everything's washed out, like a tsunami comes and takes everything away, who are you? How do you feel? Do you feel an ouch? Oh my God, I have no refrigeration, so I don't have my organic broccoli. They're so attached to every process of this body, mind, ego. I need my Gouda cheese. It's so delicious. How can I give that up, right? All of this, I'm not saying don't enjoy all of that. You enjoy, it's okay. In moderation, you enjoy everything. But one day if tsunami hits you and everything is gone, how are you going to deal with it? Right? Don't say, I'll deal with it then. You will be just completely bewildered and you will just fall apart. So a little training right now. What I'm saying is we come to that state of being and nothing is needed. Every day is just total peace, unconditional love, So after the letting go, humility, letting go, and you're saying complete Sharanagati. And what is Sharanagati? Is complete surrender. Surrender to that amazing reality within you, which we call God, which we call existence. Do you have the guts to surrender? It's okay first if you have a Ishtadevata, or you have your Jesus Christ, or your Krishna, or your Shiva. I still take the name of Shambhu, which is Shiva. All-pervading universal consciousness is Shiva. It's not some Hindu god with a snake around, no? All-pervading divine consciousness, which is always with you. So when the humility is then, you're kneeling down in the front of Lord, He's going to definitely, inevitably pick you up and simply fill you with grace. Simply is pouring His grace in this life. Right? No, I have enough. Shambhu, I have enough. I don't need anything. Still pour. Why? Because this child has come to me without anything. No agendas, no nothing. The simple innocent heart, you come and sat in front of me, giving up the entire world and everything. Is God not going to pick you up? That God within you only, I'm talking about. You can have the Ishtadevata, no? It's okay to pray and to do the puja and all that like we do in Hinduism, and people who are Catholic, they go to church. It's very beautiful. It's very high vibration. It's beautiful. But when you come from church, what do you take away from it, no? Are you able to hold that vibration within you and continue or every aspect of your life in tranquility, serenity, harmony, peace, simplicity, folks? Be simple. And you can do the dance. Say you're giving a talk and you need to wear your 3-piece suit. You do it. It's all part of the Jagat, no? You do it, but then inside you've renounced completely. What does that mean? What is inner renunciation? A lot of people had that question last time. Inner renunciation. Anybody can explain what is inner renunciation? What do I mean by inner renunciation? Anybody? Yes, Matthew? Please take.
I beg your pardon. Is it not a decision to let go of everything? Just
yes, yeah.
Committed decision to let go.
You're committing a decision to let go. That's very good. But in that letting going, when certain things come to you and your mind says, "Oh no, you need to dress a certain way," where are you in that? At that time, whatever is flowing in your beingness, you're doing. That means there's no you as a doer doing anything, right? So now that goes back to how do we come to the state of being? It's very simply, I'm telling you. You can pick it up today and you can come home today. Somebody asked me, is enlightenment a process or is it like boom, bang? I don't know. Mostly it's a process, but sometimes people are so impacted, their old souls, they come and sit up in front of the master, some one word, it's like on fire, and they're just finished. They said, oh my God, this is what I needed to hear. So it can be also boom, bang. Now, what is the prerequisite for this? Very important. Does anybody remember that major thing which you have to drop to come to this scene? My old students, come on.
Well, the whole enchilada.
Good, whole enchilada. So what is the whole enchilada? What is everything? Your self-identification. Call your name and your form, which keeps you in this limited space. It simply puts you into a prison. I am Lisa and I'm so and I am very good at this. I am a professor and I know I'm just like this brilliant professor. And this is my name and this is my positionality. The moment you get clinged on to that positionality, you're finished. You are hijacked and sabotaged by your ego and you have no clue. I have just a very busy mind, Ma. I don't know what to do with it. What are you doing about it? About, controlling the mind and coming to that samyama, coming to that space where you are the master of restraint. Samyama means equanimity. At the same time, how do you come to that equanimity is to restraint. Do I really need the strawberry ice cream? If one moment you think about it and how it's going to mess up your sugar levels and everything, you won't touch it. So that's what I'm talking about. So when you drop your identification of your name form, what will happen? What remains? Hmm? Mm-hmm. So what remains is that super consciousness, right? Because that super consciousness doesn't have limitations. It is the unlimited reality within you. Unlimited reality within you. What remains is that only. You take off your name and your form and your positionality, you're still going to work as a nobody. You're good at engineering, you're doing all the engineering thing. You're good at Pilates, you're excellent, super consciousness. It's just fantastic. Now what you're doing, you're not just a Pilates teacher, but you're flowing at a different level of consciousness, where every person who's in front of you is affected by your beingness and not just what you're teaching to them. You get my point? Because you left your name and form and everything. And a commitment to enlightenment, which means a commitment to showing up here every single satsang. Because God is, see, some people who are coming and sitting here, who's got introduced to this satsang, grace has picked you up and brought you, right? Somehow, some connection with a friend or somebody, word of mouth, whatever, you come here. So pay attention. Because if you don't come again, I can't help you. You come and sit for 4 or 5 satsangs, then it just flow. It's a flow. It's an autopilot, right? There's nothing this one does. Because there's no personality doing anything, folks. There's no personality doing anything. So Guru principle, I don't even call myself a Guru because it's only a principle. So Guru is one who is completely renounced within, without everything, given up the entire freaking world and just remains as the self. And in that consciousness, the supreme consciousness flows, existence flows and gives you all what you need at an individual level. Because one will pick up what I'm saying at a different way because you all have perceptions. So you'll pick it up in a certain way according to your own understanding. Right? That's good. According to your own understanding, that's fine. And be very kind to yourself. No judgments here whatsoever. I'm only bringing to light your capacity, here and now, your capacity. Your state of being that you're already the infinite. So at least please pay attention. At least trust what I'm saying. You're already the infinite. Just go deep within and simply tune in for 1 second and you will feel this exuberance of the supreme reality. And there is no self doing anything there. There's no self, there's no. We want to hang on to the self. Yes, it is the temple of the divine and all that. And you take good food and all that stuff. But in a renunciation, if the good food is not there also, you will be fine. Why? Because there is that Ishvara, the divine consciousness, taking care of your every need. Like a little birdie which is thrown out, the parents just teach us that how to fly, and after 4 weeks or 6 weeks, we used to have those birdies hatch in our dish. And then they're just pushed out by the parents. And it'll just come down and drop, and it's just got this really feathers that are not strong enough to fly. And they'll be on our fence, and they'll be down, and they'll be thing, and all that stuff. But who takes care of that afterwards? The parents say bye-bye. It's not like human beings, we take care of the children. 18 years, 20 years, 22 years, 36 years, they're still sitting with us. It's okay. We are okay with it. How do you fly? So that you believe that there is a super consciousness taking care of me, allowing me, giving me the benevolence and unconditional love to come to my full potentiality in this lifetime. And what is the full potentiality is knowing your supreme reality and being that. I promise you there's nothing vaster than that. I promise you. Once you come to that saying, there's nothing vaster than that. You know? See, you can feel that silence now. That's all I'm saying. To come to that silence within you. It's not so difficult. If you keep listening to your mind, it'll say it's very difficult. Who knows when you're going to come? Nothing. You sit here and you believe and you trust. See, Shraddha is important. Shraddha means faith. You know, when I go into the deep state, I get a little soft. So let me know if you can't hear me. Shraddha means faith. So that faith, you have to have the faith in the Guru, the faith in God. You have to have. You have to have faith in something and somebody, no, sometime in your life. If you're supremely happy, you won't be here. You're still searching for something vast, something you can't put your little finger on it, but you just want something more joy, more happiness on a regular basis, right? So you go for entertainment, you have this beautiful show, and you're coming out of the theater feeling like fabulous. Entertainment. Then you come home. Gosh, I need to eat something. I'm so tired. So why I'm saying is, when you're focusing in this path, please focus in the path. That way you can come home really fast. And once you're established in the truth of radical truth and authenticity of your own being, I'm not saying you be like me. You have your own authenticity, your own vastness. When you come to that, then, you'll know to go to a theater, or you'll just say, within yourself, you'll say, no, I just don't need to waste time in entertainment. So we had a conversation one time, last time, in one of the privates, and somebody said that, she wanted to go to this place. I kind of very gently told her that I don't think it's the highest and best for you to go right now. And she says, wow, I always wanted to do it. I always forever wanted to go to this place. And I won't go into details, but I said, did you realize that's a desire and a want? So what is more important right now? You want enlightenment or you want to fulfill your desire? That's the choice, folks, you have to make every moment. What is your first priority? Is it your desires, your wants, or is it enlightenment, the highest endeavor? See, pay attention, because the highest endeavor is flowing towards you. You've been just picked up and put in this place. No? Are there 300 people here? No, there are about 40 plus. Why? Because there are not too many people. They want all the hooplas and lights and, slideshows and all that. Why we do not do that is because that's again going into the mind, ego realm. So anytime when you're in the realm of the ego mind, you are in conflict, you're suffering, you're not happy. When you're in the realm of the self, which is supreme reality, that is just so benevolent, that is sustaining you at every moment, that's simply inspiring you. Come on, you are better than this. I am right here with you. No? What the Guru principle happens is when we become very close, many people say, oh, I saw you in my meditation, I saw you in my dreams, whatever. It's not the personality. Because why God comes that way is because you're familiar with this one. Or with a guru, you're familiar, so that one shows up as the guiding light of supreme reality in your life. Do you get my point? So far, any questions? What are your challenges, folks? What are your challenges? Yes, Bill, give the.
What I feel that comes up when I listen to these words is always my family. That's the concern, to continue to be responsible and not alienate them, not leave them behind. That's the attachment that I always feel. The other things seem easy.
Yes, very good. So that you see, there is an awareness within you that sees clearly it's an attachment. And I'm not saying to leave your family. I'm not saying anything. That's what I'm talking about, is the inner renunciation. Because the family actually inspires you to be more kind, to give unconditional love, because you need to do that for them. If you're a father and you can't give unconditional love to your little ones, then they will not grow up to be like you. The vastness, You just love them unconditionally, pamper them unconditionally, do everything, but never be attached to that you are the provider, because that's a doership in itself and it's a positionality. So when you have with pure intention in your heart said, God, I want freedom. Beyond everything, I want freedom. Then He will guide you. The guidance will come from within. The guidance will come from your heart. It'll say like, okay, they're all grown up now. They're teenagers. They've got all. You've done all your responsibility. Now you can sit. But what I'm saying is, before that happens, also you can be in freedom here and now. Don't give up your responsibility or anything like that. I'm not saying. Just give up your positionality of that responsibility. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. So when I say inner renunciation for Bill and all the others who feel that you have that responsibility, you simply internally you're renouncing. Externally you'll be a beautiful father and a beautiful husband and a loving one. That's the most important, right? What is God? God is only love. So what we're talking here about is only love. Can you be loving at all times? Or can you be loving only when it just fits you so? Then it's a conditioned love now. It's not unconditional love. What is unconditional love? That person loves me or not also, I'm there for that person. He yelled at me yesterday, it's okay, he's having a bad day. Because if self is only one and there is no other, there's no other than you, there's no other, then how can you have a conflict with the other? You just see it's so sad. I've also, if suppose he's a nasty person or she's a nasty person, you say, I also have been in that place. That's why these karmas are going on, because not conscious living at that time. I inherited this karma because I'm not consciously living. I inherited the karma. So it's okay. And you're also very kind to yourself, because when you say kindness and love, where it starts with yourself only. If you can't love yourself and you can't be kind to yourself, can you be kind and loving to somebody else? Impossible. I've seen people who just don't love themselves and they just can't exude that love to the world, Once you start loving yourself, meaning the God within you, not the personality called Sharada or Lisa or whatever, not the personality, but the infinite self which is within you. And once you get connected there, then you don't really say, oh, I love me, but that flows over to the world. Flows over to the world. So any trips that you're planning and all that, please meditate and truly don't go because somebody else is doing. Blind leading the blind. She's going for this thing, let me also go. Blind leading the blind. Tune into yourself. Your heart is thy name, O Lord. That's what Bhagavan says all that. Heart is thy name, O Lord. So just go to get the inspiration from your heart, not your mind. Because the realm of the mind, ego is slippery and it'll just get you into problems. You go to your heart, it's like that. Bless you. It's like that, no? Because the awareness is existent in you all the time. Are you aware that you're aware? So you say you have a big problem and then you explain to me with clarity that problem. This happens in the privates and all that. Such clarity you're explaining in this elaborate way what happened and all that. So who is that who knows that? No? Because there is an awareness within you, the infinite awareness which knows what's happening. Then you take that and what do you do with it? Just drop the enchilada. Why do I need to go? Because somebody else is going? And I just feel, oh, my heart tells me so. Check with the heart again. Sometimes the mind will come and say, oh, I think you need to go. So just double check with the meditation. You meditate and say, is it the highest and best for this body to make the trip? And then this person said, oh, lad, that we are going to this farmer's market and there's something shows going on with the vegetables and everything. So you mean to say that I shouldn't even be doing that? I said, it's all very beautiful. Are you enlightened? If you're going to spend 2 to 3 hours there, it's a waste of time, if you ask me. You want enlightenment or you want entertainment? So I said, it's entertainment that you want. And you can go for it, no problem. I have no problems. But the progress is going to be slow. It's going to be postponing every time. See, it takes a split second, mind to come in. Mind to come in, and say that, oh yeah, just one time, you can go. It's one time you can go and have fun at the fair. The time does not stop for you guys, for you folks. Time does not wait for 1 second. It's gone. You go to the fair, you spend 3 hours, you come out, oh gosh, oh, Ma said 3 hours of meditation. Oh, I can't get that today. What has happened? The day has passed. Then your body is tired. Your body is tired. So the life goes on. Complaining about other people, your body is tired. Remember, the entire world is energy and energy alone. So even if you're talking about somebody else and complaining, you've lost your energy. And the peace, the field of peace. You're moving out of the field of consciousness of peace, serenity, harmony. And so therefore you can't you say that, Ma, my mind was going all over the place. Why? Because you were not paying attention. You're not consciously living at every moment. The life becomes so vibrant, high definition, if you're consciously doing anything. I'll give you a simple example. My daughter and granddaughter were visiting. They were leaving to go to the airport, and my daughter said, like, Mom, do you have some toothpaste in the downstairs bathroom? I said, yeah, it should be there. She went and brushed her teeth and she came out. And I was just like, relaxing. I'm talking about how sharp self is and how sharp awareness is. So she came back and I was not even paying attention what she was doing. So she was trying to pack. I said, where's your toothbrush? She said, oh, what do you mean tooth? Oh, wow, I forgot it in your room. She says, Mom, you're so shrewd. That's what I'm talking about, that awareness, to catch it at every moment, to catch when you're slipping, when the mind is just sabotaging you. You simply catch and say, whoa, wait a minute. This is not what I want, because what I want is the pure freedom. How are you feeling now? After all the blah blahs. See, the truth is universal. The truth is the same all the time. And self puts it in different ways so we can inspire folks. So any questions? What's that, Harvey? Somebody raised the... Oh, yes, sorry. Sorry, Bill.
Can you really get to a state of Sharanagati?
Absolutely.
With, I mean, in the state where if you woke up and you're pretending that tsunami took everything away, but everything is still there. So how do you know you're really in that state?
That's the whole point. Your state of being within. Your state of being within, Sharanagati. Suppose you have truly surrendered Suppose you're telling me, Ma, I've surrendered. So I look at the person and say, oh, so how much percentage do you think you surrendered? 85%. What about the rest of the time? I don't want to surrender 88% or 99.5%. I'm talking about 100% surrender. If you're surrendered 100% and simply let go, and there is an opportunity of seeing, and you say, oh, I could be jumping up and down and getting all upset, but I'm not, that is total Sharanagati. That is total Sharanagati. You get my point? So suppose somebody, you said, I'm Sharanagati everything, and somebody came and told you, somebody was supposed to give you some inheritance, and they came and told you, you're not getting anything. And you expected that all your life. You're not getting anything. What do you do? At that moment, if it's the true Sharanagati, you will say, so be it, oh Lord, so be it. Why you're saying so be it? Because you know that the divine which has created you, like Bhagavan says, it's his business to take. God created you, let him take care of you. It's not even your business to take care of yourself. Leave alone going to Africa and going here and doing seva projects. Please do all of that. I'm not judging it, but not before your enlightenment. Since you're sitting here and telling me I want to be enlightened, right? That's the only reason I'm pushing. So when you come to that state of realization, you'll be simply sitting there, not reacting, not getting pulled by this person saying, you're not going to get an inheritance because I just decided to give it to somebody else. So what? So what? When you say, okay, then the supreme reality is felt in your heart, not before that. Not before that. Any questions? No questions? So this thing came up like in 2 seconds in the morning. So I just want to read, kind of, hopefully. Any questions on the letting go of the identification of the self, the little self? Anybody having difficulty, challenges? Any questions on that? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Give Pamela the...
So even though I hear you say all this, there's another story that goes on, and that's the ego, and the ego's afraid of losing its self-identity because then it feels lost. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. This is the main crux of enlightenment, is fear. Fear. Fear of losing what? It's ultimately fear of death. Ultimately, if you go to see, you will say, now if death comes tomorrow and knocks on my door, I'm not bothered. I'm quite brave, right? Now, why are you worried? Why are you worried if the ego is, feeling afraid? The ego is not you. You are this supreme reality as we speak, as I see Pamela now. Okay, so why you want to listen to this sabotaging little thing we call ego mind? And we've given it a mandasana. Mandasana is a nice throne. You tell ego, please sit in the throne. How may I serve you? Then it takes over. So the realm of the ego mind is a little different, where it just says, just do this for me now. Next, you better go and make some more money and do this. And you have to simply shift gears and say, I am the master, and I don't have any more place for you in my life. Simple as that. And I'm going to just walk the path of God and see what happens. But with a lot of inner strength, be a warrior angel. You're not going to be all smooth, right? I went through a lot of stuff before I came to this state. You're going to find your challenges, but each challenge, you don't take it as an obstacle. You take it as a brick of foundation in your path to enlightenment. Brick of foundation. So many beloved children of mine have gone through that hell, walked that, some with fire. They're still sitting here. They're still going through it. But with so much of radiance, because they had to go through it. You can't fight it. Then you'll be coming another 30 lifetimes. Right? What's the point in fighting? I'm showing you the mirror that no more fighting is needed. You just finish up. So you think, oh, I'm an enlightened being, and why am I getting so many problems? Because you have the capacity to rise above them. That's why I'm saying first be enlightened, because you will have the capacity to rise above that finite little, puny little self called your ego mind, your name, your positionality, everything. So what I'm saying, it's worth giving up everything in this lifetime to know your supreme reality. Makes sense. Yes, Kavi?
You say you went through a lot before you came to this state.
Mm-hmm.
Could you give one example of something that you went through?
Oh, more like 10 surgeries.
Of something that you went through and how you transcended it.
See, I had a lot of physical ailments and I went through 10 major surgeries. 10, and I'm still sitting here. How? 1, 2, 3 surgeries itself, you're down because they send you to anesthesia, and every time your body goes under anesthesia, it just takes a lot of recuperation time to come back. Okay? And I had little itty bitty kids that we had to raise, and all this stuff was going on. But every time I just said, I have to be there for the children. I had to be there for the children. Married, I'm a grandma now and everything. Part of the Jagat, no, I didn't want to get married. Somehow it happened. It's okay. India, Indian style. So the another main thing is acceptance. That was one more thing I was going to say. Acceptance of your present state of being, because somehow we have created that. I see myself as a rishi, a completely shaven hair and, orange robes and everything many lifetimes. But I was tuning on why the heck I got married and all that. Because I must have thought in that renounced state, oh, I'm just wondering how to be married and have a couple of kids. Finished. You're done. So watch out for those egos. Now what I'm saying is, at that time maybe I did not have anybody telling me so fervently that, no, don't go there. Don't look so worried, Kavi. I'm good. I'm not leaving yet. So what happens, it's your state of being in. When I say inner renunciation, why do I say that? Because there's an inner strength which supports you, which sustains you, which just loves you, which loves you. Wake you up and say, I don't. And now I'm in the state where it's hard to feed myself,
What did you do, please, to get by the surgery?
A lot of japa, because I couldn't sit up in the hospital. Those were big surgeries that those days they would keep you at a week to 10 days, whatever. So I would just scoot myself up and do my japa. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. That's all I could do, because I couldn't meditate deeply because I was getting in a lot of pain.
You did chanting.
Chanting, yes. I've given many people the mantras. No, Om Namah Shivaya is a universal mantra, but you just chant it when you chant it deep within in silence, it becomes your own. And it's very, very, very powerful. Now, don't be rolling your beats and taking the thing. It's okay. Once in a while you want to do it, it's okay. But the deeper one is doing your meditation, because you're not going through surgery, so you can sit and do your meditation.
So you chanted and you meditated.
And there was a deep seeing within myself. Actually, in retrospect, since you asked me that question, I've forgotten all that crap, But there was a deep seeing within myself that one day I'm going to be free. It was like sort of a stubbornness within myself. See, you can be, I allow you to be stubborn for enlightenment, not for anything else of this world. I allow that one desire, if you want to call it a desire. It's not desire because you're in the realm of infinite spirit. Sorry. So when you come to that serenity and seeing who are you, when that positionality of your finite self has dropped, who are you? Then what happens is you become the boundaryless infinite space. boundaryless infinite space where there's no finite dragging you down, there's no mind ego dragging you down, and you come to the full potential, and you can be fantastic in your business, fantastic in your teaching, fantastic as a surgeon, because you're not going in there with a, agenda. The surgeon takes the knife, he doesn't go there with an agenda. Well, I'm going to save this person's life because his life and death is fighting, but he goes with the agenda of total renunciation, Sharanagati. That infinite within me, please take over. And if this this surgery has to be successful, may thy will be done. Always not my will, your will. It's not a duality, folks. It's only you're giving that power to a higher self within you. Because people will say, oh, you're talking about duality, ma. It's not duality. It's when the experiencer and the experience become one, what is left? It just is. It just is. And that isness is Ishvara. That isness is existence. That isness is the space of moksha or enlightenment. Right? So do you want that?
I have a question.
Yes.
So a lot of people say that the way is through, facing whatever is in front of you. Could you just comment on that?
Can you give me an example in your life that you cannot face? That would be easier for me because there's a gazillion things that I would comment.
Okay. Say you have an expectation about something, and that brings up old stories, like old stories or beliefs about a particular thing. And so therefore, taking a look at that and understanding the lesson of that and coming to a place of acceptance.
See, first of all, you have to drop the expectation. Because you said first you have a certain expectation, then blah, blah, blah. So what I'm saying is the moment you have expectation, your mind is going to go crazy. And all of the blah blahs, which is, all of these experiences in the past, the fear, everything comes into right in front of you. So what I'm saying is dropping the expectation and the desire of fulfilling something that has agitated you before has to be dropped. Gently dropped and say, I accept whatever is coming up. So how am I feeling right now? Suppose that thing, starts coming, presenting in your life. All I'm saying is renounce. Renounce. I am not going to be engulfed in this realm of the ego mind. I'm just going to let it be and see what happens. And the more you let go with Sharanagati, that thing disappears. That's been my humble experience. I don't have any expectations of this person changing in my life, or I don't have any expectations of this situation changing, even though it's like, oh my God, get with the program, this guy, get with the program. But I said, you know what? That's her problem or his problem and not mine. So you have to come to that space where nothing in the world bothers you. Nothing in the world you react to. No reaction, folks. Point the gun at the thing. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, you can go now. Dr. Hawkins have given you this example before. He was walking down the streets of New York and, he didn't have anything. Dr. Hawkins, he was an enlightened master and he was just wanting to just take a walk in the crisp New York air, and he was just walking. And then one mugger came and said, hey, old man, pointed the gun. And he said, like, give me everything in your pocket. And he opened the pocket like empty, just took, I don't have anything. He says, well, you're lying to me, maybe you have it somewhere else. Just show me. Otherwise, I'm going to blow your brains. He says, 1 minute. He said, okay, I'm ready. Because I can't stand the sound, so I'm ready. So you have certain incapacity within yourself, body incapacities. You couldn't stand the boom sound, right? So he said, hold on, I'll close my ears. And this guy just dropped the gun and ran because he thought this guy was like totally lost his mind, you know. He said, how can I'm pointing this gun? This guy is not even fear. There's no fear in him. Because, you know, he thought like, oh, maybe today was my day to exit. Can you be like that? Are you prepared for death every moment? Can you exit tomorrow? Can you exit now before you even leave the satsang? I'm ready. Do you have the guts? Do you have the guts to drink from this fountain, which is simply flowing towards you? No catch, no agendas, no nothing. Because if I had agendas, that's not the radical truth, that's not authenticity of the supreme reality. So can you be that way? Even as death is knocking on your door, any minute. Sure, come. When you say sure, come, what is your state of consciousness? Peace, serenity, unconditional love. And death may just pass you by. In India, we say Yama, no? The Lord Yama is the god of death. He'll come and just pass you by. May come again, you know. So, time flies when you're having fun. Shambho. So I found this very interesting. If you have Vairagya, you will enjoy life. Vairagya means dispassion. Everybody wants passion. I'm passionate about what I do. Have dispassion. If you have Vairagya, you will enjoy life because you don't have a passion, you know, don't have any attachment to that which you're doing, but it becomes a flow of your beingness. Whatever your God has given you the talents, please use it. Become a flow. If you hanker for enjoyment, you will suffer. This is what I said in the beginning. If you hanker for entertainment, it's going to lead you into suffering. There's no question about it. Discover the secret of love that knows no longing, no clinging, that does not possess or impose. True love is that only. How often you give your love without imposition, without clinging on, oh, you know, please, you know, you were not with me today and, you know, like we're supposed to be partners and all that. BS. Because you are that infinite reality already full within your being. And if you have a partner or your husband, wife, you're just being with each other. That love is exquisite. You're being with each other. You keep your mind in control and peace through yoga. You learn how to handle the cosmic power through bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. You learn how to handle the cosmic power, means God's love to you through devotion. Whenever you say, God, please help me. I've said this 1,000 times. You know, all that I know is I want enlightenment and I want to be free of these positionalities and everything. You take care of me because I don't even have the capacity to do it. See, at some point in our lives when we are younger, I started this quite young, but I would not know really, you know. You break the shackles of duality through jnanam. Jnana means knowledge. So you break the shackles of duality through knowledge. Knowledge is what we are talking about. If you have absorbed even 1/3 of what was spoken today by self, no personality saying anything, you're finished. God is the greatest force, the source of all energy. Connect to Him through prayers and puja. Convey your love for Him and certainly He will respond. And what I'm talking at a deeper level is connection within your supreme reality, which is present every moment. It does not take a break. It's present every moment. It does not take a break. Be in harmony with the cosmic purpose and be rewarded with soul satisfaction arising out of that. This is my Swamiji's book, Lotus Blooms 100, and we have some copies outside and you can get it. It's about $5 or something. It is a pity that man turns life into a rat race. For us, life is not a race. It is a grace of God. This book was written, I don't know when, but I haven't even, I don't read it and remember every page, right? But we always talk about grace. We always talk about grace. The only thing is grace. God is grace. Love is grace. So be very vigilant when grace flows through your heart and through your beingness. Even it may be a small iota, it may be a teeny tiny miracle. But if you can recognize that miracle, you're finished. Then the miracles will simply quadruple, 20 miracles a day. It is grace of God. The problem about rat race is that even if you win, this is the funniest part, you still are only a rat. I just love you, Swamiji, for writing. You're still a rat, right? In grace, even if you lose, you are great. Because even if you lose, say you tried everything in this lifetime and you didn't really quite make it. But what you were when you entered the satsang to what you are now is just a difference, right? So at least you're a much happier person. You believe that infinite is providing for you. That is a surrender. That is an absolute believing that life will provide for you no matter what. A proper use of the world is possible. It's very, very important. A proper use of the world is possible only when you realize its illusory nature. That in the very beginning we spoke about. The moment you realize that the world is illusory, only you will understand your infinite potentiality. Because otherwise you'll be going after the worldly things. You'll be going after the materialistic things. When the Kohinoor diamond is within your heart, beaming 1,000 beams, the most dynamic thing in life is to discover yourself. What we always talk about in the satsang is the highest endeavor. The way this one put it is, the highest endeavor in life is enlightenment, enlightenment, enlightenment. And that is discovering yourself. When you discover yourself and your immensity, it doesn't matter your shape, form, male, female, nothing. It doesn't matter. To know the ultimate, we have to go beyond the obvious. To know the ultimate, we have to go beyond the obvious. Where you are, who you are, is more important than what you have got. So you made $1 million, 5 million, then you say, no, I need to make 1 billion. And you are a very stout businessman and you've made everything. Then what about that? When you die, nobody cares. They only see what a beautiful person you were, where you filled with kindness, where you filled with love. That person, some people pass away and there's like 300 people at the funeral. Some people pass away and there are 10 who are forced to come. You better show up, okay, because no, he's your father, guys. The entire creation is an overflow of his fullness. Your life should be an overflow of your fullness. Because if there is no difference between you and him, what about your own fullness? Some with sadhana, some with sadhana. Some with means divine, sadhana means practice. Is a transformation of awareness from the limited to the infinite. So my Swamiji called everything Samvit, right? We had Samvit Triveni, we had Samvit get-togethers, everything was Samvit. Samvit in Sanskrit means divine. You have to rise above time while using time properly. See what I'm saying? That's when you drop the illusion. This is the most beautiful. I love you not for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. So the reflection of your immensity is shown in that person. When I am with you, I love. This means I must keep the awareness inward for love's sake. For love's sake, you're keeping the inward. So do your karma. Karma means action. So that it is a reception of life an inspiration of truth, and a purification of the mind. Any questions? So we'll do the transmission. Any questions on the transmission? I think most of you have come, but anyway, some of you haven't been here. So basically during the transmission, you'll be, I don't know what really happens, but then it does happen. Clearing of all your chakras, not just merely, you just go and pay $60 and get your chakras cleared. It's not like that. It's much deeper at a cellular level. All of your prarabdhas, your vasanas, which is impressions of the past. Can you pull this a little bit forward? Pull this a little. Impressions of the past, yeah, thanks, will be released. So Lord goes on. So when you go home, don't try to go and have a party, because so much is cleansing deep within you that you want to give the body rest. You want to hydrate. Drink a lot of water so that you can just release it off. The transmissions are very powerful because it brings you to a state of silence where you see your own immensity, but don't try seeing anything. Don't expect anything. I just want you to be, not be this or that. Don't expect anything. And be open to whatever is being given by grace to you. So if you open a little bit, you open a little window, that's all you're going to get. If you open yourself really wide. One person came and he said like this, you're sitting at the back. You will receive everything that you ever wanted in your life. Ask and thou shalt receive. Ask and thou shalt. Okay, close your eyes, and when the meditation is over, I'll bring you out. It'll be about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I'll bring you out slowly. When I say slowly come out, don't just open your eyes and start yawning and doing all this nonsense. Because everybody who's sitting next to you will be disturbed. Everybody will be in a very deep state, so be kind to your companion who's sitting next to you. I'll bring you out slowly. Thank you. Taking a deep breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, releasing and dropping everything that does not serve you. Deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping even further, letting go of your little self, your name, your form, your positionality. Just for this 1 hour, you're taking a vacation from the world, from your thoughts, and being with the supreme reality that is your true nature. One last time, deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping completely, sitting comfortably, and delving deep into the core of your being. And the easy way of this meditation for beginners, I'm sure you're all deep meditators, but if you have the mind going back and fluctuating, you're in a waveless ocean of bliss, sitting in a beautiful white lotus in the right side of your chest, not your left heart, but right side of the chest, which is called the Hridaya Kamalam, lotus of your heart. Hridaya means heart, Kamalam is lotus. According to Ramana Maharshi, that is a very beautiful space to be. So initially we can start off from there, and then if you go deep into your meditation and you're not sitting in that space, it's also okay. but it's just a visualization to help in the depth of your meditation. Take in a gentle breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping everything that came up to be released. Gentle inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping everything. Last inhalation, inhale gently, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Gently dropping all of your positionalities, your identification of your little self, your form. Continuing to be in the realm of spirit, in the supreme state of your true nature. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you all doing? Are you emancipated? Are you emancipated? Even if you have tasted the sweet nectar, a drop of it also, you will not be able to turn back. No? Don't you think it's so exquisite? The whole entire world dropped for that 1 hour. Aren't you still alive and well and kicking? With no ego positionality, no sabotaging of the mind. See, you've released in such a deep cellular level and you haven't seen anything yet. When you go home, please respect your bodies. Listen to your heart and listen to your being. Please rest completely. Drink a lot of water, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Pranic foods, no? Raw is better, but if you can't handle raw, a little bit steamed, but lots of vegetables. Because what you're doing is you're sustaining the cleansing. By drinking water, you just go to the bathroom and you're releasing all of that negativity of past life karma, this whole lifetime, gazillion lifetimes. You know? So you're getting a lot of help. No, it's hard to do it yourself. So the grace of Arunachala is flowing with the transmissions. So I don't really do anything. I simply watch what is given to all of you. So receive that grace, take it with you, cherish it. It's very precious. No? Suppose I don't come back next satsang, what will you do? So in the now, you think only today you have time for enlightenment. Don't say I have another so many days. Don't be like a dead man walking. You know, there was a movie made. You be alive and vibrant self exploding within the universal consciousness. You're not doing anything, but when you are in the state of being, it's an autopilot. You know, you're exuding that brilliance of your true nature. It's not that I do something, you know, I'm attempting, I'll be like, you know, universal consciousness today or something. It's just a byproduct of your enlightenment. It's a byproduct. That's why it's so important to come to that recognition of your supreme reality so that, you know, there's no way we can change the world and people and anything. You can only change you. And when you're walking that path, everything around you will be transformed. Your whole life will become a sadhana. Your whole life will become an offering to that divinity within you. Then the whole world becomes kaleidoscopic, no? Brilliance. Because the same illusory world, because you understood that this is not the reality and you understood it's the illusory world, then when you come to the state of seeing within yourself, everything also becomes beautiful. And you accept everything with no attachments whatsoever. Appreciate every rose, every dandelion, every leaf, every bird, the sky, the blue sky, the palm trees, everything is pulsating with that energy of the universe. And the same energy is pulsating within you as well. Don't you feel it even now? So how are you feeling it now? Because you sat here, abhyasa, practicing the silence, practicing the depth to attempt to see your vastness. Because folks, I'll tell you, it's nothing but vastness, immensity. Ancient, it's ancient. It's eternal. Why do the great masters say you're eternal? And you're just wondering, like, what of mine is eternal? You know, it's like so blasphemy. Beyond the body, mind, ego. That eternal self, that your true nature is eternal. Adi hu main, anant hu main. I am the eternal and everlasting ancient one, which sustains the whole universe, but I'm not. I don't need support. It's one of the compositions by Adi Shankaracharya. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all the Zoomers who have zoomed in. A lot of Zoomers today. So this one is here to just simply give away everything that I have recognized within myself to be immense. So it's just for the taking. All that you have to do is have that commitment to come here for the satsangs. And you will see, like when you attend every satsang, you'll see the difference. Inner transformation happening. It's truly nothing, you know. It's simply spectacular, actually. Because there's no personality trying to do anything. That's the trick, you know. Can you drop your personality? You're so attached to. Once you drop your personality, only you will see that immensity flowing. And you'll see that everything you touch is only grace. When you become walking temples, you become walking gods. Blemishless. There's no blemish. Because you become so pure. Why pure? Because you don't want any conflict. You don't want anything bad to happen to anybody else. So imagine if you have those kind of loving thoughts to the whole universe. That's the only way you can transform the universe. Through your immensity and your silence and your beingness. Because you are the bright lights. Like I said in the beginning, 300, there's no 300 people here, no? You're the chosen few. They'll finish off. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Jai Shankar, thank you. Do you want to just do a couple of chants, ending chants? Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bunartu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavatirdamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May your lives be filled with peace, tranquility, serenity, and may the Lord's benevolence, inspiration, and unconditional love flow through you so that you can come to the seeing of your own immensity and experience the sweet nectar that you truly are. Thank you so much for coming, Jai Shankar.